What is good, YouTube? It is your boy Anime Devil Hunter. I hope everyone's having an awesome day. Man, what an awesome chapter of Sakamoto Days. We got some more of Slur, which is always a good chapter. You know, anytime Slur's in the chapter is always awesome. It seems like we're about to get a JCC arc, so our boys Sakamoto and Shin, they're both about to enroll as students in JCC. Possibly both of them are gonna get something out of this. Like, you know, maybe Sakamoto's gonna learn how to be better in his fat form, and Shin's gonna become even stronger. But yeah, all in all, we had a dope chapter. We're about to get straight to the review. But if you are new to the channel, welcome. Here on the channel, we cover all sorts of awesome anime, manga content, Jujutsu Kaisen, Black Clover, Ayashima on Sakamoto Days. This is my second chapter review of Sakamoto Days, so definitely subscribe and join the channel if you want more Sakamoto Days review. Drop a like if you end up enjoying the video, and comment down below what you thought of the chapter and what's going to happen next. With that being said, let us begin. So we start the chapter off with a dialogue between Shishiba and Osaragi. And Osaragi says to Shishiba, Mr. Shishiba, you know, Shishiba's like, what? She says, I understand what you were talking about earlier. And he's like, oh. She says, how annoying it is when someone messes up your home, right? Also, which was quite hilarious considering assassins don't really care how they mess up an environment, but now it's being done to them and they're getting upset. Pretty hypocritical if you ask me. Moving on. So Shishiba is looking at the damage caused after Uzuki and Gaku raided Ja, and bro, they wrecked the place. And Shishiba is like, this is beyond messed up. They wiped out 40% of the Kanto borough. Ja's stock is plummeting, clients are canceling, assassination left and right, and this is serious. So that incident left a pretty bad rep on Ja. Osaragi then goes on to say, so what about our bonuses this year? Shishiba's like, not likely. And she's like, don't be so dramatic. So she doesn't give a damn about what happened to Ja. She's just worried about her paycheck. Which is totally understandable from a certain perspective. So moving on, Shishiba says, sounds like management is going to revise job regulations a bit. We lost a lot of staff, so we'll do some recruiting. And he's like, well, are you even listening? And she, you know, she's just drinking her milkshake or whatever the hell she's drinking. Shishiba then says, anyway, it's about time we get the rest of the game back here. And Osaragi's like, the other members of the order? And he's like, yeah, wonder what Kanaguri and them are up to. And she's like, I hate that guy. And he says, be nice now. So I'm not too sure. I don't think we met somebody named Kanaguri yet, so I believe we're about to meet some old comrades Sakamoto was friends with back in the day, so it's going to be nice to see. But now on to my favorite part of the chapter, some more Slur. You know, Uzuki is the GOAT. So we turn to Kashima, who's currently reattaching Gaku's arm that got cut off by Mr. Takamura, who's a GOAT, by the way. I don't even know, like, Mr. Takamura might be the, I don't know, because they say Sakamoto's like I think they say he's the best assassin of all time. I don't know where Takamura would rank, but anyways, yeah, Kashima's reattaching Gaku's arm and he tells him, don't move too much around until your circulation stabilizes. He then adds, nerves recover gradually like a plant sprouting. It'll take some time for the feeling to come back to your fingers. Gaku then says, awesome, it's really connected. Thank you, Mr. Kashima. Kashima then says, you should thank the person who sliced it off. The cut was incredibly clean, so the muscle tissue was still alive. So that just goes to show you how much of a golden swordsman Mr. Takamura is. Kashima then says to Gaku, who on earth did it to you? Not too many people could get a piece of you. And you know, Gaku, you got PTSD of Mr. Takamura. And then Uzuki, all slurred, comes in and tells Gaku, don't take it too hard. You're probably the first person to make it back alive from a fight with Mr. Takamura. Gaku's like, boss. Uzuki then says, your arm's reconnected, that's good. Gaku says, yeah, but he won't fix my ear. And Kashima's like, I have my limits. So not only did Mr. Takamura cut off his arm, but he also managed to slice off his ear. So Mr. Takamura is the real deal. I can't wait to see that round two because you definitely know it's coming. Following this, Uzuki takes a seat and he sighs. Mr. Kashima says, you seem pretty tired. Uzuki says, yeah, I'm tired. Our attack on Ja failed. I never imagined Mr. Takamura would show up. Fail? Bro, he wiped out nearly 40% of Ja. What do you mean fail? Anyways, moving on. Gaku then says, Uda had to come to our rescue in the end. What's the deal with that crazy old geezer? Uzuki says, I don't know. Nobody knows how long he's been in the order or what he is to the Ja or what he's even thinking. All that I know about Mr. Takamura is how strong he is. He then adds, there was a time when I thought he was like Santa or some kind of ghost, a fictional character from the collective imagination. So he must have thought Mr. Takamura was Michael Myers or some shit. Kashima then adds, kind of like the idea that something becomes real if everyone in the world believes it, right? Gaku then says, so he's like the personification of the blood loss of all the assassins in the world. That would make for a powerful killer. Uzuki laughs and says, there's sure to be enough energy culled from humanity to bring one person to life. All said and aside, kind of occultism, we could hardly expect things to go so smoothly once a guy like that gets involved. He then thinks to himself, not to mention Sakamoto, I sure didn't expect to see you back there. Gaku then pulls out a cheeseburger and then asks Uzuki, so what now? Meet up with the others and go on a Japan-wide tour? He then adds, the job has branches all over, right? Uzuki then says, no, that would be far too risky. The other branches would tighten up their security. He then says, we lost Uda. It's time to increase our numbers. Gaku then says, you mean recruit from the job? Uzuki says, nah, I'd rather go with fresh blood. It's easier to start with a blank canvas than to paint over an existing one. I already initiated the process. So Uzuki's, he's building his crew. He's getting ready, man. I can't wait to see. Anytime we get Uzuki, is definitely a dope chapter. I'm fiending for Uzuki backstory to see like where all this stuff went wrong. But the last chapter I would have said we're gonna get one pretty soon. But as of right now, I'm not too sure about that. I think it's gonna be a while considering we have this JCC arc coming up. But anyways, we switched up to Sakamoto and Shin, and they're in the shop chilling and whatnot. Sakamoto just got discharged from the hospital, and they're having a conversation. Shin says to Mr. Sakamoto, by the way, Mr. Sakamoto, I'm fine with going to the JCC to get info on Slur, but to be honest, I don't really know anything about the JCC. And Pisuke is like, huh? He said, you mean you got your license by an outside exam? That's amazing. And Shin is like, no. And at this moment, Sakamoto's looking at the stock after Nagumo damaged the whole entire shop, defeating that one assassin. And he realizes that everything has a fresh expiration date, and he realizes that Nagumo must have made a big ass mess in here. Lu then says to Shin, the JCC is an assassin school, right? This is it, as she pulls it up on her phone. And we see it says JCC, Japanese Clear Creation, a balanced approach to killer education, which absolutely had me dying. Moving on, then they then go on to find out that the JCC educational institution has currently enrolled 1,000 students. All students live in dormitories. Staff is about 35 people, 4-year program. 10% of students graduate and obtain assassin license, so that's really, 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 really rare. Like 10%, that's crazy. And then the other 90% either quit or die during training. So I don't even know how Sakamoto managed to withstand that, but he's a legendary assassin, so of course. Lu then says there's no way I'll go here, and Shin's like, look at the page about graduates. And Pisuke is like, man, this brings back memories. And Lu's like, wait, boss, you did graduate from the JCC. Can't you get in as an alumnus? And Sakamoto's like, no. He then tells him that it's not that easy to get in and out of JCC. Security is tight. And Shin's like, wait, what? He's like, wait, then how? And right in the middle of this, Sakamoto's wife appears. And she pulls out a fly. She said, I found this while cleaning. What is this? I want an explanation. And she sees a JCC fly. She said, don't tell me you're thinking about enrolling Hannah and turn her into a killer. And bro, that shit had me weak. And Shin is like, wait, JCC admission exam? And Sakamoto's like, no. Lu then said general admission is currently enrolling. It's like, wait, you mean? And right in the middle of this, he turned to Sakamoto and Shin, who are boarding a plane, and I believe they're currently heading to JCC. So Shin says to Sakamoto, like, we're applying our students, and Sakamoto's like, yup, it's the safest and surest way. They'll smell a rat, you're too old. Shin says, and Sakamoto's like, wait, look around. We then find out that the JCC actually has no age limit, and that the exam for transfer students is particularly tough, so some guys train and retest for years before they get back in. And Shin's shocked, actually. Then turn to the final panel of the chapter, and Shin's like, wait, but you're a graduate, Mr. Sakamoto, won't they recognize you? Sakamoto puts on a hat and says, I'll wear a disguise. Shin's just like, is security that dumb? And in the middle of this, the other passengers on the plane are like, bro, those new recruits are loud as hell, and the other one's like, oh, they'll be dead soon. We then turn to a young lady who's sitting a bit far from Sakamoto and Shin, and she's like, wow, those guys look tough. They don't seem nervous at all. She tells herself, don't wimp out, I gotta make it as an assassin. So possibly we might be adding a new person to the team. I look forward to seeing what she got. She's probably nervous, but who knows, she probably might be an insane killer, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, dope chapter all in all. I really enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did, hit the subscribe button for more content if you enjoyed the review. Comment down below what you thought of the chapter, and with that being said, that is in the review. I hope you guys enjoyed the review and have an awesome day. Peace.